Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Guys, there are hundreds of thousands of houses like this right here in the United States. So if houses are your greatest asset, why isn't this house valuable? See guys, we have been tricked into believing that buying a house is your greatest asset. That's not true. It's simply not true, guys. Because for the most part, an asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. That's what an asset is. And if it's a real asset, not subject to the ups and downs and the manipulation of bank rates and insurance premiums and inspectors and appraisers, if it's not subject to those things, a real asset rarely goes to zero. But there are hundreds of thousands of homes in the United States that look like this, that have gone to zero. And they're just vacant, and they're all over the country. Hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. So these houses have gone to zero. So a lot of these houses are what you would call penny stocks. They go to zero. So if they had value, why people just not buying them left and right? They're not buying them left and right because they don't have any value. They're sitting there empty and rotted because they don't have any value. If they had value, if they were a real asset, somebody would buy them and rent them out. Buy them and lease them out. Buy them and turn them to Airbnb. But what happened? You know why? Because they don't have any real value. A house only has value if the community has value. If the infrastructure around the community and the house has value. See, there are a lot of dynamics to the value of a home, whether it's an asset or a liability. It's only an asset if it's making you money. It's a liability if it's taking money out of your pocket. So there are other variables that dictates whether a home has value or is worth it. How is the school district? How are the amenities in the area? Are there public parks and libraries? Are there jobs? If the main store in your town is a Family Dollar or Dollar General, then the homes in that area don't have any value. It's not an asset. It's a liability. And traditionally, really, to be honest with you, homes were designed to be lived in. They wasn't designed to be flipped. That's why homes in the 50s cost $7,000 to $10,000, because all people wanted to do was live in them. It wasn't a quote unquote investment. It was somewhere to live. Then as time went on, prices went up a little bit more because a lot of GIs came home from war. And the Industrial Revolution kicked in. So all of the industries that was making weapons for war, they started making materials for home building. But there was a shortage. So you had a lot of GIs coming home, and there was a shortage of homes. So they started manufacturing homes faster, called track housing. Factory line assembly homes. Cookie cutters. The cost of housing started going up. And the concept of a house being a main investment for a family, that didn't start until like the 60s or the 70s. And when that concept, that level of concept investment came on board, the cost of housing shot up. And around the 80s, it almost tripled. So a $50,000 house starts selling for $150,000. And then these little cheap track houses start selling. It costs them, they can build a cheap track house for $10,000 because they bought the materials in bulk. They bought the land for cheap because it was all rural suburban land. So that's why you got the suburban sprawl, because it was all rural land, farms and orchards that no one used anymore. Cornfields, old tomato fields. Not tomatoes, sorry. Potatoes. Potato fields. So yeah, guys. The current housing market are trap houses. All of them are trap houses. That's what they are. They're not trap houses in the street slang term, which is a house that was rented, leased, or abandoned for the purpose of prostitution, drug selling, and drug manufacturing, and gang activity. That was the original term used for a trap house. But now a trap house is to trap your money in that house, to trap your emotions in that house. It's a program, guys. It's the same program that created the original trap house. But that program only targeted a certain group of people involved in certain activities. But now the new economic trap house, financial trap house, is trapping everybody. Guys, buying a house is a liability. Point blank, period. Now in the 50s, 40s, 50s, when people with houses were $7,000, $10,000, you had a 15-year mortgage. You had to have a nice down payment, and you paid the house out in 15 years. It was yours. Now it's 30 years. And if you get caught up into a financial predicament, where you may be facing foreclosure, you may be able to do a hardship loan, which they would give you another 10 years, making it a 40-year loan. 40 years. So guys, trust me when I tell you, do some research. The modern housing market is a trap house. Guys, until next time, keep your mind clean, keep your body clean, keep your home clean, wherever that's at. Your home is where the heart is. Wherever it's at, keep your home clean. I don't care if it's a room. Keep it clean. I don't care if it's a tent. Keep it clean. Keep your life clean, guys. Keep your diet clean. Drink plenty of water, guys, to flush out the toxins and the poisons that's in the food. The toxins and the poisons, it's in the cereal. It's in the Nutri-Grain bars. It's in Nature Valley. It's in the Ritz crackers. It's in the Townhouse, guys. It's in the oatmeal. Quaker Oats, guys. Saturated in glyphosate, which is a toxic, poisonous pesticides that they saturate on oats to dry them out. So corn, soybeans, all soybeans are genetically modified and soaked in glyphosate. So your soy milk is contaminated. And since the glyphosate is sprayed on everything, it contaminates other crops also. Even organic crops are contaminated with a glyphosate. Because the wind and rain and soil and stuff get mixed up and spread, it gets contaminated. So guys, watch what you eat. Even the meats are contaminated because they feed the contaminated food, the contaminated wheat and oats and crap. They feed that to the animals. Guys, until next time, don't get trapped in the trap house. I'm signing off. Contraband 777. Until next time, guys, go and conquer yourself. Peace.